Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. Now, it's been a while, but I have been quite busy, not going to lie. I've had a very busy 2 weeks, and I haven't had time to get any of this done, so I am behind, I know. Apologies, really apologies, just make sure everything's working. Yes, everything is working. Marvellous. So, yes, I've been away. Well, I haven't been away, but I've been busy for 2 weeks and I haven't had time to do this. But, huzzah, I am back. Maybe not unfortunately, maybe unfortunately for you, because you have to listen to me, but never mind. But we are back and we are here for round 6. God, I'm struggling to remember it all now. Oh dear. We are back for round 6 of the MTC Championship. And what a belter of a championship we have had. It's looking like it's going towards 2 drivers, so it looks like we're going to have 2 main drivers battling it out for the championship, but we will get into the table very shortly. But pardon me. But what is the MTCC, you may ask? Well, we're at round 6. Maybe you should know. Maybe you could know by now. But for many of you that don't, I will gladly tell you. The MTCC, or the Manufacturers Touring Car Championship, is a 10-week long season based heavily on the BTCC rules, or British Touring Car Championship, if you've not heard of it. It consists of 30 races across 10 different rounds, with each round visiting a different location. Well, what have we had so far? We've had Bathurst, we've had the Nürburgring, we've had the Red Bull Ring. Just some to name off the top of my head. I can't remember any more. Oh, we were at Interlagos as well. And as you can see today, we are in the land of the rising sun at Autopolis. From what I know, it's not a popular track, but maybe today it will give us something very, very juicy. But carrying on, the round begins with a 10-minute qualifying session before 3 10 to 15-minute races taking place at each circuit, with each race being a sprint from the green light to the checkered flag. MTCC is racing fast and furious, with drivers vying for position at every corner. So what happens in every round is, as I've said, they have a 10-minute qualifying, in which they're all up to the grid just to the left of me, but I thought I'd give this lovely little podium. Look at that. That is a very, very glorious podium, if I do say so myself. So they've had a 10-minute qualifying, which we will get to shortly. Then race 1 will be a 10 to 15-minute race with fastest first on the grid, and it's a standing start. Then race 2, again, it's another 10 to 15 minutes, with the grid being the race 1 result and also a standing start. Then race 3, again, is another 10 to 15 minutes. However, the grid is the race 2 result reversed and is a rolling start. So it's different all the time, and we've had some surprising winners this season already, and some surprising podiums as well. So race 3 could be anybody's game. But so far in the championship, let's get to the juicy championship table. And after 5 rounds, Binko is still on top on 240. Was he on top before? Yes, he was. He was still. So he continues his lead into round 5, top of the table on 244 points. In second, we have Homesick Alien on 222 points. 22 points might seem like a lot, but that could change in one race. So it's a small gap, to say the least. In third, we have Bunny on 182 points. In fourth is boosted on 166 points. So, a bit of a rocky start to the start for the season for Boosted, but I think he's finally found his wings in that BMW and is now becoming a big threat. So, keep your eye on him. We're bound to see more great results coming his way. In 5th, we have Rido on 148 points. In 6th, we have Digital Blasphemy on 132 points. No, he hasn't missed around. Okay. In 7th, we have Big Dan on 118 points. In 8th, we've had Sharen on 112 points. In 9th, we have Bazza on 99 points. In 10th, we have Guesty on 91 points. In 11th, we have Mrs. Guesty on 86 points. In 12th, we have Koikab on 85 points. Wow, just 1 point separating those two. So we could see a change in the order for those two at this round, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. In 13th, we have Skyjacker, but he hasn't been in for the past 3 rounds, so if he doesn't turn up today, it looks like his MTC championship is all but done. In 14th, we have Racer Brown on 37 points, but he's only done 1 race so far, so I think he might be calling it a day as well. In 15th, we have Electric on 35 points. In 16th, we have Jokers on 33 points. In 17th, we have Harvey on 54 points. 18th, we have Silver Star on 14 points, but we've not seen him lately, so I think he may have given up as well. And 19th, we have Madelinsky on the 1 point, but a fresh reminder that he has had technical difficulties at... It was round 2 at the Nürburgring, and I don't think he's been able to fix it yet. So, with that championship overview done, let's have a look at the grid. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different this time, because I'm at the back of the grid, and without being able to see, without walking down, I'm probably going to give it away. So, as a slight difference, we're going to go backwards. So, let's have a look at them at the back. As you can see, I'm all the way at the back here. So, I could have used the Lexus thing at the back there too as a guide, but never mind. So, let's have a look at the back of the grid first, shall we? So, in 12th, we have Koikap. Seems to be struggling in the Hyundai, but he has had a fair few results, so it might not be a put-off for him yet. In 11th, we have Mrs. Guesty in the Evo with... She always had a podium once this season. Maybe you can see another, hopefully. In 11th, we have Harvey in the lone Mazda 3. He's been struggling with that Mazda 3. Maybe today could be a bit different. In 9th, did that say 10th? Oh, it's in 10th then, I do apologise. In 9th, we have Rido. Rido, unfortunately, falling off the front pack a little bit. It was a great start to the season for Rido, but the results just haven't come his way lately. Maybe today will be different. In 8th, we have Big Dan in the lone Lexus, I believe. I could be wrong about that one. He's had some great results as well. In 7th, we have the second Hyundai of Sharen. He's been a bit of a threat lately. Maybe today will be another day for him. In 6th, we have Bunny in the lone Mazda Atenza. Now, we've seen that he's had a fair few podiums, so maybe today will be another one. In 5th, I think that is it 5th? Yes, it is 5th. It is Guesty in the Toyota 86, way up there in the Toyota. That's cracking to see. Maybe he's got the hang of it. Who knows? It has been a bit of a pig. In 4th, we have Digital Blasphemy in the now lone Subaru. What can he bring the fight to the front, I wonder? In third is Boosted in the solo BMW. We said that this guy's finding his feet, and you can see he's really taking it to the protagonist of the championship up front. In second is Binko. So he wasn't able to get pole for this round. But as we can see on pole, I think that's his first pole of the season as well in the Alfa Romeo. Oh, there's no Bazza today. So Bazza's not here today. So Homesick Alien flying the flag for Alfa Romeo today. And there we go. That is the grid all lined up and all ready for him. And as we know, Scirocco's not going to be quick off the line. So watch that Subaru behind Binko launch into the distance. We know Homesick Alien will definitely get a launch, but with nobody in front of him, he is going to fly. And look at that for a view. So let's get this all on. We'll focus on Homesick Alien, and then let's reverse it back. And let's get these guys on the way with the lights on. There's fives. Wait. Autopolis is go, and as we said before, the whale of the Scirocco has been left behind by Homesick Alien and Digital Blasphemy, and even Boost is getting up there. We can see Rito in the background having a look, and Binko's dropped down into fourth, but Homesick Alien easy straight at the moment into the lead. Digital Blasphemy is launched from fourth to second. That Subaru can really launch off the front. As we can see behind him, Boosted is being hounded by the Binko. Binko's having a look on the inside already. On Boosted, we know that once that Scirocco's got going, it is a rocket, but is he going to be able to make light work of Boosted? We know that that BMW has been a little bit of a pig all season, but Boosted has somehow managed to tame that wild beast. Sharon in fifth, and he's got Bunny in sixth as well. We know that Mazda can definitely go as well, and further behind we've seen that Guesty has dropped back to seventh, so it looks like the Toyota is still being a feisty little thing, and has unfortunately meant that Guesty has dropped. He's being hounded by Rito, and here comes Big Dan in the Lexus and round the outside. Guesty going round the outside, a brave move round that tight right-hand corner, but as we can see, they're still duking it out there, and now Big Dan's having a look at them as well. He wants a piece of this party. He wants to go home with a bit of that pie. We can see further back, as we can see, Harvey is down. Well, he's still in 10th. There's Mrs. Guesty, who has her hazard lights on for some reason. We're not sure what's going on there. We've got a yellow flag. Who's, oh no, that's Guesty. I can see Guesty in the background. We're not quite sure what's happened there, but the Toyota has come back to bite once again. Maybe he thought he was getting a bit comfy with it, and the Toyota went, no, none of that, sir. But so far at the moment, Homesick Alien has stretched out a little bit of a lead between himself and Digital Blasphemy. As we can see that Binko has gone ahead of Boosted in the BMW, who can now start chasing down Digital Blasphemy, but Boosted will certainly not let him get away with that. He'll want that third place back so he can start chasing down Digital Blasphemy. But as we can see as well, Digi is holding his own in that second place at the moment, and Digital Blasphemy, oh, he's a little bit wide there, but it doesn't look like it's affecting him too badly. As we can see further back, we can see Bunny and Sharon absolutely having a go at it for fifth place. Look at Bunny right in the toe. I think he might even be pushing him. Well, why not? If it helps him catch up to the lead pack up front, definitely, why not? We can see that a bit further in the back, Big Dan's dropped off this pack. I don't know if it was a mistake or not. We're not 100% sure, but Big Dan holding off in seventh with Rito now in eighth. But so far, it looks like that this is the only scrap on track at the moment, so we'll keep with them at the moment. You see Bunny having to go round the outside of this triple left-hander. No, it's a double left-hander, should I say. It's very difficult to navigate. And then the hairpin tight right-hander. You've got to really put the car in the right position in order to get the max out of it. And as we can see, Sharon is really having to scrap that Hyundai to keep the Mazda of Bunny close behind him, as we can see. He can't get away from him, and Bunny's having a look round the outside, coming up to the final right-hand corner. This one is an absolute pig and a half. It's no wonder that Autopolis is not a fan favourite, but ooh, careful, chaps. Let's not trade the paint on track. But they've managed to get away from it just fine. And as you can see, Bunny has now gotten ahead of Sharon as we come up to the corner. He's got the inside as well, but who's going to be braver on the brakes? And it looks like that Bunny's made the work. Ooh, touch of the grass there. He's locked the back end. Oh, that's Big Dan going off as well. That's Big Dan. Oh, no, Big Dan's lost the back end. That Lexus is also showing itself to be a handful in this race as well. That's Harvey promoted up to 10th, but no, Big Dan's managed to get going, so Harvey couldn't take advantage. No, there he goes. There goes Harvey into 10th. Big Dan drops down to 11th, and Guesty still trying to play catch up after that spin. But Mrs. Guesty now hounding Koikap for 8th place, and she's still got her hazards on. Maybe she's hit a button and not realised it, but yeah, focus on the track, don't worry about any of those buttons. She's really given Koikap something to think about. But Koi, he's a canny racer, he knows what he's doing. He's a very solid defender. He'll defend that position all day long. And it looks like Mrs. Guesty can't quite take advantage of it. Let's have a look further up. Rito still holding off in 7th, should I say, all on his own. As we can see, Sharon has dropped back from Bunny, so Bunny is now able to get away from the Russian sensation, but now he's gone wide and he's gone the barrier as well. Wow. Woo! Wow, that was close one for Rito. Luckily he ghosted out there, otherwise he'd have collected Rito. But that sees him drop to the bottom of the pack as well. Really, Autopolis is really taking no prisoners today. And why not? As we can see now, Sharon's really struggling, but now that he's been promoted up to 5th, does that mean he could chase down the leading pack, I wonder? Let's have a look at these guys. Wow, look at this. 5 laps in, and the top 4 are not separated by much. Digital Blasphemy is losing Homesick Alien by a little bit, but at the same time, he's not able to shake Binko, and Binko is not able to shake Boosted. So it could be interesting come the end of the race, but it looks like Homesick Alien is just enjoying himself a little bit out there. He's not under too much pressure from Digital Blasphemy. He has the fastest lap as well. That's going to be great for him in his championship fight with Binko. That's 1 extra point he's going to get over Binko. And don't forget, he got 2 points for pole position as well, so he needs to get every single point he can get his hands on. Meanwhile, Digital Blasphemy soaking up all this pressure from Binko. He's not letting up. He's also another canny racer. He's quite the experience as well. It's not the first time we've seen these two scrap it out on track as well. So maybe Digi knows how to defend from the Binko. He's aware of his attacking and defensive properties and his tactics. So maybe he's found a way to disarm the attack of the relentless Scirocco, and he's definitely keeping an eye on the Scirocco. Maybe not a big fan of this circuit, but he's able to make it work. But he still has to think about Boosted that's behind him. These 4 have completely left the rest of them for dead. Oh look, Homesick Alien is 12 seconds in front, and these guys are about 14 seconds behind. That's how far ahead these guys are. But so far, these 3, one small mistake from any of these 3, it's really going to hammer home really how bad it could be. But these 3 are absolute experienced racers. They know what they are doing. Let's have a look further down. Sharon at the moment, all on his Billy Bob at the moment, but I'm sure he'll be happy with 5th. Be a great result for him. Oh, excuse me. Oh, shaking the cobwebs in the old voice box. So Sharon all on his own in 5th. Bunny he's made his way up to 6th, so he's managed to get ahead of Rito. Rito really struggling around this track. It appears that it's maybe not one of his particular favourite tracks either. There is Koikap, so he has managed to get ahead of Mrs. Guesty. I think Mrs. Guesty has dropped back because Harvey's now in 9th and Big Dan is 10th. Yes, as we can see, Mrs. Guesty there must have made a small mistake in that previous lap, that 128, which is a shame as well. She was quite consistent for 3 laps straight, and unfortunately this one, the previous one, has broken it, but never mind, it's all great experience for her at the end of the day, as Guesty as well. That bad spin he had on lap 2 or 3, I'm not particularly sure which one, but he does have a playmate now in the wife. Maybe this will be great training for the pair of them, who knows. So let's have a look. Oh, let's have a look. We're scrapping along here with Binko and Digi. Wow, Binko going round the outside of the long left-hander. He's going very wide, and then Boosted is having a look as well. Is Boosted going to be able to take advantage of Binko going round the outside? Oh, as we come up to the tight braking, easy does it, boys. No, there's no collection. Brilliant. Great driving from these 3, and Binko's have to go from attack to defence now because Boosted is right up his jacksie. Oh, is that the right person? No, it is not. Look at that, right up the jack. There we go, I've got the right button now. Right up the jacksie of Binko, waiting for the trigger to be pulled, but no, he just can't get the speed on the Scirocco as we go around the first corner, and as we can see, Boosted is really struggling to keep up with those guys in front, and now Binko has instantly gone from defence to attack because he's having a look at Digi once again. Digi is really having to push that Subaru very hard round this plate. He must be feeling the pressure from these 2, but it's not giving any signs of buckling. Digi, the brick wall, really holding these 2 up as best as he can. He wants that second place, he wants that podium. You can tell by the way he has to defend from these 2 lions that are just waiting to pounce on the poor Gazelle, but the Gazelle is putting up a fight. And it's absolutely cracking to see. Digital Blast, Homesick Alien, should I say, will be absolutely loving this, letting those 3 scrapping out, and just, he's going to disappear into the distance. Once again, another fastest lap with a 1:11.9. That's he's quite consistent. Look at that consistency in the lap times. He's constantly between the high 11s and mid 12s. That's cracking stuff from our resident alien. Further back, as we can see, Digital Blasphemy is unable to shake these 2 no matter how hard they try, but he's not letting them get by so easily, and Binko can't find a way through, and Boosted can't find a way through Binko as he's having to go round the outside of the hairpin. He just can't seem to find a way around the defence of Binko, but is he managed to pull the trigger? No, he's having to go round the outside, or is he going to do the old switcheroo? I don't think it is. While we're on lap 10, we've nearly finished race 1, and Boosted just can't find a way through. He's having to fight for his life, and now we can see that Binko can play the defensive game, and he plays the defensive game well. I must admit, it's quite a rare thing. We rarely see him play the defensive game. He's always one to just let them on by, but it looks like he wants to keep that 3rd, but he's got a championship to think about as well, and with every passing lap, it's more points he's dropping to Homesick Alien, and as we said before, it is a 22-point gap, but that 22 points can be nothing in a single round of MTCC. Let's have a look further back. Sharen's still all on his own at the moment, but as we can see in the background, Bunny is catching Sharen. So Bunny's gone full hammer to try and catch Sharen. Maybe he can get 5th by the end of it. He's really worn those front tyres, pushing that Mazda to the absolute limit in his hunt for a Russian sensation. Koikap is now up to 7th. So I think Rito must have had a small mishap because he was behind Bunny, so now Coy is promoted into 7th. Big Danny's up into 8th as well. So, oh, I've just seen a quick change. I was going to say Boosted has managed to get ahead of Binko. Oh, look at this. They are neck and neck, but now we can see the raw grunt of the Scirocco, and he has managed to get back into third as we're on the final lap. It looks like Homesick Alien is going to take the win from him. Look at this. It's like a train. All you need is a little bit of a coupling between the pair of them, and you have a train. Who doesn't like trains, honestly? But as we can see now, Binko is having a look on Digital Blasphemy. Digi has absolutely worn those front tyres. There's nothing left of them. But now, look at this. Boasted is having a look on the inside of Binko. Easy does it, boys. And I think we've gone through. And yes, Boasted has gone through and has stolen the podium from Binko on the last lap. And I don't think there is going to be anything Binko can do about it, because he has managed to look after those tyres, but it's just the cornering that lets it down. And now Boast is having a look at Digi. Is he going to get second for his troubles? Digi goes defensive. He's pretty much has been this entire race near enough. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Yep, Digi goes out wide. Oh no, Boosted lost the back end, but he's managed to do it. Oh, I do apologise. Homesick Alien does take the win. Digital Blasphemy takes second. Boosted gets third, and Binko gets fourth. Wow, he was keeping track on that. I do apologise. Sorry, Homesick Alien. We didn't see you cross the line. We'll do that in a minute. Sharon takes fifth. So Bunny couldn't catch him in the end and takes sixth. Big Dan's going to come home to take seventh, so Koikart must have had a small mishap, so Big Dan comes home in seventh. Here comes Koikart to come home for eighth. Not bad considering he started last. Harvey comes home in ninth. That's gained a few places for him as well. Guesty comes home in 10th and Mrs. Guesty in 11th. And there's no Rido, so Rido must have had a technical issue of some sort, because it looks like he is not going to finish. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Yes. Let's go back a little bit, and there we go. Homesick Alien crossing the line to take the victory. There we go. I'll just stick it at that because it doesn't change really, does it? So there we go. So Homesick Alien comes home to take the win in round one, which is for race one, should I say, of round 6, and it's exactly what he needs. That's maximum points at the moment. He's got the pole, he's now got the win, and he got the fastest lap as well. I think he does anyway. Yeah, that's easily. So, yep, maximum points so far for Homesick Alien, which is just what he needs. Digital Blasphemy, what can you say? Take your hats off to Digital Blasphemy. What a defensive drive he has had to do to maintain that second. It's going to be a cracking second for Digi. Boasted coming home in third. He was fourth for the majority of this race. He just couldn't find a way past Binko, but in the end he managed to find a small chink in the armour and takes the final podium step. Binko in fourth for third throughout the majority of the race. He was hounding Digital Blasphemy for second, but he just could not find a way through. And unfortunately, he slipped off the podium. He's probably not going to be happy with that one. That's more points. That's more points lost to Homesick Alien, but another 2 races and it could all change. Sharon coming home in 5th, a great result for 5th for Sharon. Bunny coming home in 6th, a small mistake in lap 5. Saw him drop near to the back of the he lost a few places, but he's managed to regain them. So it was a recovery drive, good recovery drive at that. Big Dan coming home in 7th. He had a spin as well, so another one for the great recovery drive. Koikart comes home in 8th, started last as well, so he's just been picking the pieces off when people have had small slip-ups, and he's taken advantage of it. Harvey coming home in 9th. Great 9th for Harvey. Miss Guesty as well. Another back-end mishap with the Toyota 86. Has seen him drop to the back of the grid. And Mrs. Guesty comes home in 11th as well. And sadly, we lost Rido. Who's ready for more? I certainly am. I most certainly am. And look at oh no, it's in there, isn't it? Look at this. I got it all ready as well. Marvellous. Just oiling up the throat, and then we can get this on the way again. Oh, you know the drill. Don't look, don't look, don't look, because it ruins the result. There we go. Right. Let's just pause that. Turn that on. So, as we know, it is the race 2 results. No, it is the race 1 result. So, as we see, Homesick Alien, who won, he's on pole again. Digi in second. Boasted in third, Binko in fourth, Sharon in fifth, Bunny in sixth, Big Dan seventh, Koi Cap in eighth, then it was Harvey in ninth, Guesty 10th, Mrs. Guesty in 11th, Rido is in 12th, and we have Jokers with us as well. So, oh no, yes, Jokers is in the Lexus. I do apologise. I completely forgot about Jokers. I am sorry, my Polish friend. I completely forgot that you were in the Lexus. My apologies. So, the Lexus has got a second car with us. Is Jokers going to be able to make an impact in this race? And we can see it's starting to get a little bit dark out there. And the lights are on. So, what shenanigans is race 2 going to give us? Wait for the lights. There we go. Wait for them to disappear. And off we go now. This is going to be interesting. Who gets a better launch off the grid? It looks like it was Homesick Alien that got the better launch. As he is... Oh, bloody hell. Oh, excuse me. Windy pops there. So it looks like Homesick Alien got the better launch off the grid as Digi still remains in second and Boosted remains in third. The biggest drop is Binko down into sixth, who is absolutely stuck behind Bunny in the Mazda, and we know that Mazda is going to go when it wants it to. But as we can see, Digital Blast Me on the inside of Homesick Alien, and oh no, he's giving it a little bit too much. He's going to come on. Oh no, there's calamity all over. I daren't look. Digital Blast Me going wide. We're not quite sure what happened there, and there's more chaos further back. And the one that's gained the most out of it is Bunny, who is now up into the lead, and Binko's managed to get over seconds, but he's been hounded by Sharon and Boosted again. The mortal enemy of the relentless Scirocco is that BMW, and now Boosted's having a look on the inside of Binko, but he can't make it work. So, wow, who's lost out on the most in that is Homesick Alien and Digital Blasphemy, but they did collect each other going through that right-hand hairpin. I'm not quite sure what happened there, and I think it's raining. Is it raining? There's water on the track, and the indicator is saying that there is a little bit of water, but it's not enough to affect him just yet. Yeah, you can see Sharen's wiper is going, but Homesick Aliens isn't. I think he has his on manual. Having said that, Sharen's rain light on the back of that Hyundai is on, so it might be raining. Wow, it'll be our first wet race in the MTCC, and how is that going to make a difference? As we can see further up, Binko is now hounding Bunny, as we know that Mazda, it may have four-wheel drive, but it's very heavy, and I can see raindrops. I can see the raindrops, so I wonder if it's going to get any heavier, and I wonder if anybody's going to change tyres if it gets any wetter. But as we can see, Binko pulls the trigger, going the long way around. It's a brave move round that corner, because it's a long right-hander, and you need to get it right, otherwise you just end up losing more position. You can see the windows on the Scirocco is wet as well, but let's not forget that there is a Boosted behind him, but Binko is once again having a look on the outside of Bunny, but it says he's now gone ahead as we come through into the first corner side by side, and he's managed to make it work. That's Sharon going wide, and as we can see, Homesick Alien and Digital Blasphemy, there's Harvey going into the kitty litter, and even third, yes, it is getting heavier now. Now, this is going to be interesting. Is anybody going to... I think they can change tyres mid-race. I'm pretty sure they can. It'd be a brave move. It's not wet enough yet, but I can see that Binko is now taking the lead in race 2 and has gone ahead of Bunny, but Bunny is not letting him get away with it that easily. Wow, the front-wheel drive really went in blazing hot round that corner, but has managed to make it work for him. And I wonder if the rain is going to get any heavier. that would definitely throw a big spanner into the works. And Bunny out of nowhere, late on the brakes, and has really died on the inside of Binko there, but has now taken the lead once again. And the more they fight, the more they're going to invite Boosted into this as well. And further behind them, we have Sharon. We know that he can duke it out with those guys, as well as Binko further up front. We'll have to stick with him for the time being, because this is for the lead. He's pulling the trigger as they're going side by side through the corner. Oh no, he wasn't able to make it work, so Bonnie lives to fight another day, and Boasted is just waiting for the opportunity to pounce. Sharen's still holding off in fourth, but he's got a very fast approaching Homesick Alien who'll be wanting to make up all the ground that he has lost from that little collection from Digi, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't intentional at all. We know Digital Blasphemy does have a few technical issues here and there. I think he has a few internet connections issues as well, so we'll put it down to technical issues, but he seems okay for the time being, so hopefully all the gremlins have decided to leave the router. Got Koikap in 7th as well. I think he's made up a few places as well. So has Rido. He's up into 8th. Guesty and Big Dan scrapping it out as well. As Guesty's going to have to go round the outside of Big Dan, but he has made the move work fantastically. And further back here, we've got a little scrap here between Harvey and Mrs. Guesty, but looks like Mrs. Guesty is able to fight another day, and Jokus maybe still struggling in that Lexus for this round. But so far, Bunny is still... Oh God, where's all this wind coming from, honestly? So annoying. So far, Bunny has got the fastest lap and has managed to pull out a lead ahead of Binko, but he's not letting him get away that easy. As you can see, that Boosted has dropped back and is now being hounded by Sharon. So it might have been a little mistake from Boosted, I'm not 100% sure, but he's lost that leading pack, and now he's the one that's got to soak up all of the defensive pressure that he can hold. But he's got more agile opponents behind him. As we can see, he's got Sharon, he's got Homesick Alien, and he's got Digital Blasphemy, so Boosted is going to have to really wring the necks off that BMW in order to keep ahead of the pair of them. As we see, Homesick Alien is tucking in to the toe, and it looks like those dark clouds have disappeared now, and the sun is beaming down here at us with topless. So it must have just been a light shower. And as you can see, Homesick Alien going up on the inside of Sharon, but wow, Sharon managing to hold it off on the outside for now, but how long is he going to be able to hold up that defensive racing? Because he's got Boosted to keep an eye on. He's really having to drive hard if he wants to keep that 4th place at the moment. He's managed to catch up Boosted a little bit as well. Is he going to take advantage of it later on in the race? And Digital Blasphemy is now having a look at Homesick Alien. So Homesick Alien has had to go from attack to defense, and now he's got the canny Digi hunting him down. I think the BMW, I think the Subaru is lighter than the Alfa Romeo, so it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top of this one. So Rido has moved up into 7th. I can't remember if he was there before, because I've got the memory of a dead fish. We've got Koikap in 8th as well, but he's going to be hounded soon by Guesty and Big Dan. So he'll have to keep his wits about him if he wants to maintain that 8th place. We've still got Mrs. Guesty in 11th as well. Harvey's still holding off well in 12th, and Joker's sadly struggling in 13th. But meanwhile, at the front, as we can see, that Binko is now once again on the tack of the Bunny, and he's got the inside line. But he's done the old switcheroo, and Bunny, the canny driver that he is, knows all the tricks. But it looks like he's not able to pull it off, but will the 4-wheel drive give him the advantage? Look at that, out of the corner, launches out of the exit and retakes the lead of this race. But Binko hasn't given him much of breathing space, and he is absolutely driving the absolute cylinders out of that Scirocco. Now you can see he's dived onto the outside. Who's going to be braver on the brakes? It looks like they were both at the same time, but that's not a good place to go around the outside. And now he can unleash all the four-wheel drive goodness of that Mazda. And as we can see, Homesick Alien has gotten ahead of Shiren in the Hyundai. But as we can see further up, it's duking it out once again. He's having to go around the outside again. Binko has got the fastest lap with a 1:12.1, and whoa, Boosted has managed. Boosted, I don't know where that came from, but Boosted managed to sneak up on the inside of Binko, but he's gone defensive for the time being. Oh, and Binko's managed to get through, so looks like Boosted just did a little redress there. Maybe he thinks that he took the place a little bit too aggressively, so he's managed to let him through. It's great to see from Boosted. We know that we often see quite a few times that if he thinks he's made a mistake, he'll quite happily give up the position again. That's what we love to see here at the Virtual Racers Club. Well, we race hard, we race fast, but at the same time we do it all in fun, and it's all in a gentlemanly manner. As we can see, Homesick Alien has managed to catch up this crowd, so it's now going to be a four-way fight for the podiums, and this is going to end up very juicy indeed. Shiren not able to keep up with these four fast guys in front of them. As we can see, Homesick Alien has used the toe and Boosted. He's going to have a look around the outside. What about at the front end? He's going around the outside again, is Binko. And he just can't go in. Oh no, he's onto the grass. He's gone too deep. But he's recovered nicely. But he's going to be absolutely pounded on by Boosted and Homesick Alien. And as you can see, they've both taken advantage of it. So Binko is down into fourth once again. Bunny lives on to fight another day. Wowzers. Going onto the grass just a tiny little bit. And Binko has dropped down into fourth. But now Bunny's got Boosted to worry about. We know that BMW appears to be fairly quick in the hands of Boosted, so is Bunny going to be able to hold on for another 2 more laps with that absolutely rapid BMW behind him? Homesick Alien as well, now back up into the podiums after that small coming together in lap 1, and he's having a look on the inside of Boosted, but he just can't make it work. Now we've got to do the fight all over again. Binko down in fourth. He's probably not going to be a happy chappy because it's Homesick Alien in front of him. And it's even more points bled to Homesick Alien. He is not going to be... I wonder how many points he's going to lose out in this one. We'll have to see. That's Boosted having a look on the inside, and now Homesick Alien's having a look around the outside. And all his fighting's bringing Binko back into play. You can't be fighting yourselves too much, chaps, because... you've got a relentless driver behind you. Let's have a look further back here. Let's give these guys a break. Shiren, once again, all by his Billy Bobs at the moment in 5th. Digital Blasphemy still holding well in 6th. He'll be chasing down Shiren, and we've seen these two scrap it out on track before in many, many different seasons. We love to see it. These two race as hard as they are, as fast. So it's going to be great to see if Digi catches up. Guesty's holding well in 7th. The Toyota may be behaving this time around. Big Dan is also in 8th, hunting him down in the Lexus. I think Koikap's dropped to 9th because I'm not sure if he was there before, but I could be wrong. And we've got Mrs. Guesty in 10th. I think she's made up a few places as well. Harvey's still chasing Mrs. Guesty down, so she's not able to get away from that front-wheel drive Mazda. He's definitely giving it all he can, but he doesn't seem to be much we can do. Oh, and Rito was dropped as well. Oh, there we go. Yeah, lap 9. So 1:24.4. So Rito's made a small mistake. They're seeing him drop to the back. And poor Jokers, he's really, really struggling with that Lexus round Autopolis. Maybe just thinking, well, I'm still going to get some points at the end of the day, and I think that's what matters. But so far at the front, Bunny is still leading, and that's Boosted, being looked on around the outside by Homesick Alien. And I think Binko's managed to sneak his way through. He has, but Homesick Alien's got the traction coming out of that corner. And these four are absolutely scrapping it out. And look who's close behind. It's Shiren. Shiren can smell blood and is waiting to pounce on whoever makes the smallest mistake. And Homesick Alien and Boosted now, I can guarantee that these two are going to see themselves side by side on many, many more series to come in the future. As we can see, Boosted losing the back end a little bit, but he's not punished for it by Homesick Alien. We're now on the final lap. Good Lord, where has that come from? But Bunny is holding off well. He took the lead on lap 1 and has managed to hold it off despite the relentless attacks he's had behind from Boosted, Binko, Homesick Alien, and it could be Sharen next at the rate he's catching up. And looking back on third, we've got Binko having a look on Homesick Alien coming on the inside. Is he going to take the podium at the last? But nay, he can't. And Boosted's having a look at Bunny. I can't keep track of it all. If it's not one fighting, it's the other. Good Lord. And Boosted having to go around the outside. Bunny maintains the defence, and now Homesick Alien's having a look at Boosted going up on the inside. It looks like it's going to be these three for the podium, but in which order? I don't think they know. I don't think they're happy with what they've got. They want more. As we can see, Boosted, they're all having a look. Oh, it's going to be a sandwich coming into the final corner. Is Bunny going to be able to hold it off? I think he can. Oh, is Homesick Alien going to come up on the inside? No, he can't. Wowzers. I'm going to get it right this time. Bunny comes home in first. Boosted second. Homesick third. Binko fourth. Sharen fifth. Digi comes home in sixth. Guesty in seventh. Big Dan comes home in eighth. Oh God. Oh my word. Koikart comes home in 9th, Mrs. Guesty comes in 10th, and Harvey in 11th, and Jokers has managed to get Rito in the end, so that's going to be an extra point for Jokers. I'm sure he's going to be happy with that, and Rito comes home in 13th. And breathe. Wow. What can you say? Wow. Bunny takes the win. How? I do not know, but it is a credit to Bunny holding off the onslaught for the majority of this race, and he gets to celebrate a victory out of it. Boosted coming home in second again. That's another second for Boosted. He's always been threatening this race. Hang on, did he get... No, he got third in the last race, didn't he? It was Digi that got second. I apologise. So Boosted on the podium yet again for second this time round. Homesick Alien taking third. He won race 1. He's got third in race 2. And all the points are going Homesick Alien's way at the moment. Binko coming home in 4th, but he did get the fastest lap. So it's an extra point towards him, but it's still more points that he has dropped to Homesick Alien. Sharen coming home in 5th again, but it's going to be great for his championship points haul. I mean, to be fair, he's got some really fast guys in front of him. So I think 5th, it's a great result. He may be thinking that he can do a little bit better, but considering the guys he had in front of him, I think that's a great result for him. Digital Blasphemy comes home in 6th. That technical difficulty on lap 1 saw him drop back. I don't think he was able to recover for it, but 6th is still going to be great for him. Guesty coming home in 7th. Maybe, well, we keep saying it, but it keeps happening. But it appears that he is at odds with that Toyota, but I have heard it's a menace to drive. Big Dan coming home from 8th. We haven't seen much of these chaps behind him, have you? Because the front has just been an absolute scrap and a half. But Big Dan coming home in 8th. Koikart comes home in 9th for Hyundai. 5th and 8th for Hyundai. That's going to be a good result for them at the end of the day. Mrs. Guesty coming home in 10th. We have Harvey somewhere. There he is. There's Harvey. He comes home in 11th. Joker's coming home in 12th. And Rito, small mistake somewhere. Lap 9, from the look of it, saw him drop to 12th. And then it looks like he got overtaken by Joker's some point. Wow. Autopolis may be a pig for these guys, but it delivers some cracking racing, don't you think? I think we give it too much shtick, really. Right. Pardon me for a second. Ah. You'd think this would get easier for me, but it really isn't. Maybe it's me doing something wrong. I don't know. Right, we know the drill. We know the drill. We don't look. Do not look. Do not look. There we go. Whoa, 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 guys. I know you're eager, but let's do this in an organised fashion, shall we? So, as we know, it is the race 2 results reversed, and it is a rolling start. So, as you see, Rido will lead us off. Jokers is in second. We've got Harvey in third. Mrs. Guesty in fourth. Koi Carp in fifth. Big Dan in sixth. We have Guesty in seventh. Digi in 8th, Shren in 9th, Binko in 10th, Homesick Alien in 11th, Boasted in 12th, and Bunny in 13th. So with it being a rolling start, there's no, well, I guess there is lights, but they'll just go off, disappear, and we'll wait for it as Rido will lead us off. There's the buzzers, and off we go. So they'll all bunch up into a single line to get a little bit of a tow, but it looks like Mrs. Guesty not opting in to get any of the tow. That could come back, and Jokers having a look at Rido early doors in the first corner, but it isn't able to make it work, and has seen him drop back to third to Harvey, with Rido now in, well, still in the lead. As you see, they're all juggling about for position, and Harvey's moved up into second, and Koikar's moved up into third, so that move by Jokers in the first corner has not paid off, and has seen him drop to fourth, and now the two Lexuses of Big Dan and Jokers are now having a look at each other, but this is where the chaos all begins, and it looks like so far, so good at the moment, but Big Dan is having a look at Harvey early doors, so Jokers has now dropped to fifth. Guesty's moved up into sixth. Digi's in seventh. Shren is in eighth, with Homesick Alien in ninth. Have we lost some of the early doors? We have. It's because Benko's in 10th. There's Mrs. Guesty in 11th. Boasted, no, Bunny should I say, is in 12th, and Boasted has dropped to last. So it might have been Boasted that might have had a small mistake some point in the lap, and now he's on intermediate tyres. Oh dear. I don't think that's supposed to happen. But as we can see, he's dived into the pits. It might have been a game issue, I don't know. What a really weird one. Oh, that's Big Dan going into the gravel. And Koi Carp's up into second already, so he's overtaken Harvey. And Harvey is now in third, but he's got Jokers, who's moved up into fourth as well. But he's being hounded by Digital Blasphemy. And Guesty's in there as well. So they're all fighting it out for whatever places at the moment. As we can see, we can't seem to find a way around Jokers at the moment. We know he can be a solid driver on the day as well. And I wonder if this is going to be a day that for Jokers to shine. I wonder, but he's got some fast guys behind him, so they really, really need to keep an eye on the chaps behind them. But as we can see, Jokers goes defensive at the moment. He's having a look at Harvey as well on the inside. That's probably why he dived that way. And there's Harvey managing to sneak through on the inside, and he still maintains third. But all this scrapping is letting Koi Carp and Rido disappear into the distance, so maybe they need to start playing the tactical game and working together, I wonder. But Jokers pulls the trigger on Harvey as they're going to have a look around the inside. Thinks better of it. Tucks back into the toe. Digital Blasphemy waiting for the slightest mistake from these two to pounce on them. There's Homesick Alien taking over Guesty, who takes 6th place away, and he's got Binko and Shren all down as well. And Shren's having a look on the inside of Binko, but he's not able to make it work because we've got the double left-hander. That's Guesty going onto the grass. And no, he's not able to get away with it at the moment. He's still being hounded. And Sharen's having a look on the inside of Guesty as well. Is he going to make him pay for it? I think he... Oh, easy chaps. And that's Big Dan taking over Guesty. That's how chaotic it is back here early doors. But Big Dan going around the outside thinks better of it. Lets off the throttle and tucks back into the toe of Binko, who's now got Guesty in front of him. So Sharen has managed to get ahead of Guesty, and it looks like he's not able to make it work so far. Misses Guesty in 11th as well, but he has managed to catch them up into 12th, and there's Boosted now on the soft tyres. I think he did say that for some reason the game put him on the intermediates, but it looks like Boosted's day is done now, because I don't think even he is going to be able to catch up that pack. But so far at the moment, Reno is running away into the distance, being chased by Koikarp in second place at the moment. A podium would be great for Koikarp in his championship. And yeah, he was 1 point away from Mrs. Guesty, and so far he's been ahead the whole time. So it looks like he's going to be moving up in the championship. Harvey's still going well in first. There's Digital Blasphemy into fourth. So he's managed to get ahead of Guesty as well, and so is Homesick Alien and Sharen and Binko, and poor Guesty is dropping like a brick, and now he's got Big Dan for company as well. And not far behind them is Mrs. Guesty as well. So they've all managed to catch up at the moment. That's somebody further back there as well. There's Mrs. Guesty. Bunny has managed to catch them up as well. Oh, Jokers must have made a small mistake, because he has dropped to 12. Poor Jokers. But I think he is struggling in that Lexus, so I think we let the mistakes be a hazard in that Lexus. But let's have a further look up here. Let's see if there's anything going on, but they all seem to have spread themselves out a little bit. There's Homesick Alien having a look at Digital Blasphemy, but can't make it work. And there's Binko getting ahead of Sharen, so he is making way up the pack at the moment. But once again, Homesick Alien is in front, and that's even more points he's losing to Homesick Alien in the championship. We could have a change of leaders at the end of this race in the championship, and there's Shred diving up the inside of Binko round the hairpin and takes back 6th place. Wow, what a move. I didn't see that one coming. And now he can start chasing down. Oh, we can see further up, there's Digital Blasphemy having a look at Harvey. A little bit of a wiggle coming out of that corner, and Homesick Alien is ready to pounce on the pair of them. Poor Harvey, it is the Gazelle being fed to the lions, but he's really making it work. No, he's gone wide this time around. That's not going to do him any favours, and there we go. Poor Harvey's lost 3rd place. That's Digital Blasphemy up into 3rd. Homesick Alien in 4th. And unfortunately for Harvey, there's even more lions behind him as well, of Binko and Sharen. But Harvey's not, he's not scared. He had a look at Homesick Alien then, but he just quite didn't make it work. Oh no, now he's dropped back to Binko and Sharen, so it's just going to be a matter of time. Poor Harvey, really out of his depth at the moment, but credit is where he's due. He is fighting it with all he can. He knows he's probably slower than these guys behind him, but he's going to make them work for it, and why not? Oh, we love to see the lower ranks guys duking it out with our aliens. It's great to see, but we're just waiting for the inevitable for these guys to jump ahead of them. Big Dan still holding well off in 8th. I'm sure he'll be waiting for a mistake from those guys in front, and he's going to take advantage of it. There's Guesty in 9th, really hounding Big Dan, but he's got to be careful because he's got Bunny right behind him. He's really caught up as well, because he was quite far down the pack right at the beginning of this race from a small mistake, so he is really caught up. And as we can see further up, that is Binko ahead of Harvey, so we knew it was going to be inevitable. There's a Mrs. Guesty in 11th. I think she's lost that pack in front of them as well, so but maybe she'll be able to catch them up. And Jokers in 12th, but you never know what could happen. Boosted is catching them up slowly, but I don't think it's going to make any difference for him so far, but as we can see, Rido still holding off well in the lead. He's still holding off Koikap, but Koikap is going to have some company very soon in the form of Digital Blasphemy and Homesick Alien. This is going to be for the podium, so this is going to be interesting to see how this turns out. But Digital Blasphemy had a look on the inside, but we know Koikap, he can play the defensive game as well, and so far he's managing to make it work. But he's got a Homesick Alien right behind them as well with Digital Blasphemy. Wow, can you imagine the pressure that... Oh, we've got a yellow flag. No, that's Rido. Rido's still going. There's a yellow flag. What's going on? Oh dear. I think the game's broken. It was yellow flag, but nobody had gone off. How strange. So Homesick Alien still welding off as well. Sharon has managed to get ahead of Harvey as well. Poor Harvey has been dropped. There's Big Dan's got ahead of him as well, and now Harvey and Bunny is going hard at it as well. So Harvey unfortunately starting to drop like a brick. We knew it was going to happen, but take your hat off to Harvey. He made those aliens work for him, and now he's having to work with another alien of... Oh, there he is. There's Guesty. Took me a while, but yes, there we go. Guesty is now having a look on Harvey. Is he going to make it work? Oh, Guesty's going to have to go around the outside. Easy as he does it, he is a little bit glitchy, to be fair, but I think he can make it work. But Harvey has managed to keep it going so far. There's Mrs. Guesty as well. She can see the guys ahead of him, so it's not a lost cause at the moment. There's Jokers in 11th. Boosted it. Binko's... What's happened to Binko? Oh my word! The championship leader has pulled over. What has happened there? Could it be a technical issue, I wonder? Could it be a technical issue? He's not moving. But, oh my word, this is going to open the championship right up for Homesick Alien. We're not sure what's happened, and speaking of the alien, he's managed to get ahead of Digital Blasphemy and is now in third. And I have chat. Ooh. And it is a Koikap. There you are, mate, who's just had a look at Rido and is fortunately going to have being looked at by Homesick Alien. Is he going to hold off? I think he's held off for the time being, but so far, chat with Koikap. Morning. This series was a bit of a clanger for me. Didn't get on with the car all that well. Yes, not going to lie, that Mazda, that Hyundai looked a bit of a pig, but you're managing well so far in fourth. We've got another yellow flag. Is that Binko again? I think it is. So that explains the yellow flag. So we're not quite sure what has happened to Binko, but it looks like he is either it's a technical issue and has had to throw in the towel. Why didn't you exit the race, you fool? Get rid of that yellow flag. But, oh yeah, we can see Koikap has dropped to sixth. Oh no, it must have been a small mistake. We can see he's got damage. And there we see that clanger he was going on about. It looks like a bit of a pig, and it's come back to biting. Maybe the Hyundai didn't like that little comment you made, Koi. I don't know, mate. And it's like, no, no, this is what I think of you and your comments, sir. Oh, we can see at the front, Homesick Alien has taken the lead of Rido. So Homesick Alien now disappearing to the distance, and it is open season for Homesick Alien. This is exactly what he needed in his championship fight. He was 22 points behind, but it looks like those 22 points are going to go directly out of the window. Rido is in second now, but this is going to be a great podium for him if he can hold off. Sharon is also in third as well, also in for a podium. This will be great for him as well. Digital Blasphemy in fourth place, who's been hounded by Big Dan. And it's great to see these two guys going at it again. I think these two often find themselves on track as well. I think fairly rarely, but when when the day shines on Big Dan, he can really take it to the aliens. And we can see he's having Digital Blasphemy working at Subaru hard, but he's still managing to hold off in 4th. And there's Guesty and Bunny fighting it out as well. This is for 6th place. And we say in these races, every single point counts, and these guys are scrapping together as if it was for the win. But as we see, every point is counting towards the championship as well. But so far, Bunny has managed to hold off Guesty, and now maybe can shoot off into the distance. Harvey in 8th as well. You have to take your hat off. He did quite well at the start. We knew he was going to drop back, and now he's having to scrap. Misses Guesty. He's looking for every little bit of advantage he can get. But we know that the Guesties are going to work together, and as we can see, these two going to scrap it out. That would be great to see, wouldn't it? Guesty and Mrs. Guesty going at it, and Mrs. Guesty has gone ahead of Mr. Guesty, or maybe he's just let her through, I don't know. Maybe thinking he can get some extra points out of it in one form or another. We have Jokers in 10th as well. He's been struggling in the Lexus. We've boosted in 11. Oh no, poor Coy has dropped to 12, but he's got the hazards on as well. Has he got an issue, I wonder? Or is that just a mistake of the buttons? We can ignore him. But we're on the final lap as well, and Homesick Alien is going to take the win. It's been Homesick Alien's round without a doubt, and he is going to be in orbit pretty much with the results that he has got today, with Homesick Alien taking the checkered flag. Sharen comes home in 2nd, so he does get the podium, and so does Rito. Digi comes home in 4th, Big Dan in 5th. We've got Bunny in 6th, Harvey coming home in 7th, Guesty in 8th, Mrs. Guesty in 9th, Joker's coming home in 10th. There comes Boosted. I think he's going to be licking his wounds after this one, but we don't think it was his fault. And Coy as well, maybe he's got a technical issue as well. He's been rather slow, so we're not quite sure what's going on there, or maybe he's just had enough of the Hyundai's shenanigans for this round. But we're not in a rush, are we? Because Binko still hasn't got moving, so we're not sure what has happened there, but we will leave it at that as Koikar crosses the line, because I don't think Binko's going to get moving. Well, what can you say? It's been all about this man this round. It's Homesick Alien. Like we said at the beginning, there's 22 points difference. It's not going to make much of a difference, and I think Homesick Alien has just slapped that points difference out of the way, and I think we may have a new championship leader by the end of this one. Sharen coming home in 2nd. It's another podium for the Russian sensation. He's having quite a few podiums as of late, and it's great to see the Hyundai up there on mixing up with the aliens. Rito as well getting another podium as well. He has had, I think he's had quite a few podiums as well this season, so he's doing great in that Mitsubishi. Maybe he's found some sort of secret sauce in the Mitsubishi that nobody is aware of. Digital Blasphemy coming home in 4th. It's been a cracking round for him, with some fair decent results as well. Big Dan in 5th as well. He's another one who's had a great round in this. Maybe everybody will change their minds about Autopolis, as many of them are getting some great results. Bunny coming home in 6th. He did start last, so he's managed to pick off quite a fair few people to get some good point haulage out of it. Harvey in 7th. Tip your hat to him. He was completely outmatched by the guys ahead of him, but he made them work for it. And a great 7th for Harvey at the end of the day. Guesty comes home in 8th. We're cracking scrap with Mrs. Guesty at the end of it. That was great to see. Joker's coming home in 10th. Probably struggling with the Lexus, I am assuming. Boosted after the little tyre mix-up, we shall say, at the start. Completely not his fault. So he'll be licking his wounds after this one, but he's still going to get some points out of it. Koikarp coming home in 12th. He has said that he has been struggling with that Hyundai, So maybe, although I'm sure you've had a few, one or two podiums. I'm sure you have. I will consult. Oh, no, you haven't. Oh, I do apologise. I thought you did. Never mind. I do apologise, Coy. But you're still going to get some points out of it. And what can you say about this? What can you say? It's 13th for Binko. I'm sure he'll inform us of what happened there. We're not sure, but it's been a round to forget for the relentless driver. There we go. There we go. What a cracking set of races we have had, and we've still got more to come. I know, I should really get back into the swing of things, shouldn't I? I'm terrible for this, I really am. Absolutely terrible. I say, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and what do? Get buried in so much work that I can't do anything. But I told my managers I'm going to back off. I'm going to give me more me time, and I'm going to give you guys more me time. I'm determined to do it. I am determined. So I really need to get back into the swing of things. So, but I've made it. I'm going to make sure I do more because I really need to catch up. But there we go. That is round 6 of the MTCC here at Autopolis. We certainly hope you enjoyed this. Certainly hope so. So I will do the normal routine of give this video a good thumbs up so that I know that I'm still doing a good job after being away for 2 weeks. Also, hit like, subscribe, and get that bell on so you never miss any of the races that we bring you. And also as well, if you have enjoyed what you have seen and maybe you want to get involved with us, go into Discord. There will be a link directing you straight to the Virtual Racers Club. Get yourself signed up, get yourself a number, and come and give us a race. New guy on the block here with Boosted. I think he's enjoying his time here because I think we're going to see a lot more of him in the future. The newest guy to Virtual Racers Club, and I'm sure he's thoroughly enjoying himself here, so he can attest to what we do things around here. So I will make sure I put that link directly in there for you so that you can come straight to us, and I will leave you to the rest of your day, and I hope you have a nice one at that. But make sure you join us for round 7 of the MTCC, which I will definitely bring this week, in which it is at let me find it because I've forgotten. Lago Maggiore. Oh, I love that track. I like that track. That's going to be a belter. So make sure you tune in for that one. And I will leave you to the rest of your day. I was your broadcaster and commentator, insert comical name here. And I will see you again sometime this week. I promise I will be back this week. I promise. So, I hope you enjoy your day, and we hope to see you soon. Until we meet again.